At this time, I'll call the meeting to order for the Dickson County Commission for March 9th, 2023. Would you please stand and join in the flag salute? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We do have two items to add to the agenda. One is a bid for 587 3400 Avenue Bridge. The other is an annual grant request for the Health Department grant applications to the state of Kansas. And with that, I would move that we approve the agenda as amended.
I'll second it.
We have the motion and the second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. The consent agenda includes the minutes of the March 3rd meeting, also expenditures of $139,620.34, a security wire of $3,882.25, and also a hand check of $1,040.
I move to approve the consent agenda. Second.
We have the motion and the second for approval of the consent agenda. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Commission comments. Craig.
Yeah, all three of us attended the Soil Conservation Services meeting on Monday. I thought it was good information. I would point out that the one map I didn't got the most out of was the amount of woody vegetation as it's moved from eastern Kansas to western Kansas. Kind of it looked like it was about like 100% woody species and invasive and stuff. I think we get good return on our investment from the Soil Conservation Service. That's all I had.
Ron.
I also attended the meeting with the two of you and at the NRCS meeting here in Abilene. And I tell you what I really appreciated is the folks got to the point and got down to business. And that I do appreciate that they didn't take all day to get this information out. It was good information and they were quick with it. So I did appreciate that.
Okay. I also was at that meeting and you know, they do a great job of documentation of what's taken place, where things are headed. And as both the other commissioners mentioned, there was just good discussion and it's certainly important when you think, and one of the questions that came up is someone kind of put the challenge out is, what's driving this? Is it conservation or is it economics? And when you look at some of the water issues and some of the things that we're going to be facing, you know, it's important to have those discussions and start getting some plans in place. Also, later this evening, there's a Dickson County Economic Development meeting, and I'll be attending that. And then also last week we had a Central Kansas mental health meeting that I was in attendance at, and it actually was for a reception. Dan Carew, he had been with, is their HR person, and he's retiring. He had been with Duckwall Alco for a number of years. And then when they had their changes, he was one of the families, like quite a few, that did not follow Duckwall Alco down to Texas for that brief time. And so he stayed in the area, but congratulations to him on his retirement. That's all I have. We do not have any petitions or proclamations. This would be opportunity. I will mention before we go to public comments that also earlier we had our department head and elected officials meeting where we get the feedback on just what's going on in each department. And just a lot of good information there. So without going further into that, if there's any public comments or questions, this would be your opportunity for that. And what you would need to do is just identify yourself and your address and what your concern is. We do not have any public comments. I will mention earlier this morning, we did have a PowerPoint presentation also from the Harrington Hospital on a request they have for a grant application. And I I understand we had a little bit of difficulty as far as the IT, where for a while we did not have audio or we didn't have a picture on the screen. But anyway, appreciate your patience on that, and we kind of do our best. And sometimes the internet and computers and so on present some challenges unforeseen. We'll go on to our report of county officers. Our county administrator is Janelle Dockendorf.
And some of the IT things are new things being thrown at me. So, but we're going to get there. Good thing is that anybody is welcome to attend the meetings in person, and that's always nice to have somebody here. So what I would like to brief you on is today we received diesel bids. Actually, they went out on March 3rd. We had bids from 2 vendors. The third one chose not to bid. First one was Robson for $3 and 3.232, Sapp Brothers at 3.287. So Robson received the bid. Marcus, as he stated, the monthly budget reports he has produced, and he'll be starting to work on our budget process. It's that time of year. The bridge in the 1300 block of 3600 Avenue has been completed. And with the bids that you've got on the agenda today, they'll start work on the bridge at 587 3400 Avenue. That's really about all I have. Yes.
When will we, Mark, start bringing the budgets? I can't remember last year. Was it around 1st of April?
So we'll send out the letters to the outside organizations requesting the information in, and then in May is when we meet with the outside organizations. But all that time from now till May, Marcus will be meeting with the department managers.
When will we start having
Our hearings will come towards the end of June or.
No. When, I mean, we're going to get together with, EDC, when will they come in?
We'll set those up in May, starting in May.
Okay.
Yeah.
May, okay.
Yeah, first.
I didn't want to schedule anything that I'm trying to.
Actually, the first meeting in May, we'll probably have a department manager, but May and June is when we'll meet with them and kind of finalize with the outside organizations and then with
I can't remember from last year, but I knew we moved it up from when it was 3 years ago.
Well, we didn't have any choice because if you recall, the legislature has changed the dates of when things are due. Plus, we have to make a determination if we're going to exceed the RNR and certify that to the county clerk by July 20th, if memory serves. So.
Just a question I had, and earlier, Shana Montgomery from Director of Finance of Harrington Hospital was in, and that was on that Rural Hospital Innovation Grant. Now, they need a letter of support. Is that something we're going to have in our work study session for discussion again, or do you just plan to put that on the agenda? I mean, just kind of a status on just timeline on that.
It will be dependent on how quickly she gets the application to me, and then for Doug and I to review it. And then we can put on the study session for discussion and then have it on the regular meeting. So hopefully I can't say it's
kind of the ball's in their court as far as they still need to advance things. And that is something we wanted to be able to look at that. So
exactly. And the other thing that I would mention that we are looking at, since we're talking about study sessions, is we've been visiting about the Hall Roads engineer of the inspection service, and probably will schedule a study session and invite them in and speak to you, kind of give a presentation of what they can offer before we move forward with that. But the application has not been received yet. So.
Okay.
Also, that we need to have townships involved in that too.
Absolutely. We'll set up a meeting with the townships and do that.
Yeah, I mean, because there are interest and their interest.
Exactly. Yes.
And the township meeting's March 27th, so we still have time to.
Right, but I'm just saying when they have that.
Get it to them various ways.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Anything else or questions for Janelle? Our county counselor, Doug?
We're moving forward with the tax sale. Well, not the tax sale, but we're moving forward with the litigation involving the tax, what will become the tax sale. And that comes up in front of Judge Rozier on April the 5th. And depending upon status of those cases after that, why there's going to be tax sale that'll take place soon thereafter as we can. And I again encourage those people who are behind in their taxes to get caught back up, because $550 will be added to each of those accounts on April the 5th. And that's another expense. Now, we have had a number of individuals who have caught their taxes up and have been dismissed from those pleadings, and I hope that people continue to do that. That's all I have.
The tax sale, you won't know till after the road.
Until after the 5th.
Yeah, I've had the tax sale was going to be on April 5th.
Yeah, it won't actually be the sale. It will be I'll be asking
Hearing.
for, the hearing for it, and then we'll set a sale after that.
Okay.
All right. But the bad part for those people is that adds $550 to it as of April the 5th on top of what they already need to pay.
Okay.
So hopefully they can get those taken care of. Thank you.
Okay. Under notices and communications, we have a thank you from Patty O'Malley on behalf of the Cedar House Foundation and some of the opiate remediation funds were directed towards the Cedar House for $7,500. And so we have a thank you note from her. We also have from Tracy Mann some information. He's our congressman for the 1st District. And then we also did receive a magazine from Ingram's. And then I had one other one here. This is the Center for Infrastructure Economic Development. And so they have information and also a website that we can go to and review. And it's for elected officials, appointed members, and government administrative people. And so anyway, it's just to give information and policy and case materials that could be used for as an economic driver. So was there anything else that anyone received that they would want to bring up at this time? We'll go ahead and move on then. We did not have any resolutions. We did have a couple of items that we had added to the agenda. So first we had the one to approve the steel purchase for 587 3400 Avenue. Is that a separate item? We would approve that purchase and then approve the bridge?
There's two separate purchases for the 587 3400 Avenue.
Okay, so which one do you suggest we do first?
The first one is going to be for the flex rail, the buffer ends, the guardrail decking, and metric sheeting. And that is where we received one bid from Wellborn Sales.
Okay.
They're the only vendor that has the product available.
And that was, the amount was $23,000?
$23,259.84.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to accept the Wellborn Sales bid on material for $23,259.84.
Second.
Okay, and we have that motion. We have the second for approval of that from Wellborn Sales Inc. And as Janelle mentioned, that was the only bid that we did receive on that. And they are a single source vendor. Any other discussion or question? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries. The next item we have is on the bids, Janelle.
So this again is the other parts of the bridge, 587 3400 Avenue. This is the tubes, the structural steel, and the deck sheeting. And we received three bids for that. The first is from Odin Enterprises of $29,177.90. Husker Steel for $29,335 even. And Wellborn Sales for $34,239.78. So this is the culverts, the I-beam, flat iron and the angle iron used for the structure. So with that, staff is recommending the bid from Odin Enterprises.
Have we used Odin previously?
Yeah.
I believe they bid, I recall,
Yes.
and they're out of Nebraska.
Mhm.
And timelines, as far as when the work would be completed, everything's this, very similar in that regard.
Everything is very similar. Yes. Yes.
Is the material available, Janelle, or are they having to order it?
I believe in this case, they are ordering it. We're looking at 2 to 3 weeks for the ship time, which will work with the time frame that staff needs to do their work on the bridge.
Any questions or discussion? We still need to have a motion and a second on that.
I'll make a motion to accept the Odin Enterprise Incorporated bid for $29,177.
Second.
We have the motion, we have the second that we do accept the bid of Odin Enterprises, Inc. $29,177.90. Any comment? It was nice that we had 3 bids on that,
Absolutely.
and it's really pretty close.
And I don't think that they have been out of line from the other bids that we've been receiving on steel prices.
Okay. Go ahead and call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. The next item we have is a grant request, and this is kind of a housekeeping.
It really is. Yes. So annually, we are required to submit applications to KDHE for our CDRR grant, which is the chronic disease risk reduction grant, the IAP immunization action plan, MCH maternal child health, public health emergency preparedness, and then the state formula. And we're requesting a total amount of $136,684 in our grant applications. That doesn't change significantly over the years. We just need a signature from the chair on that. And that's grants that traditionally we have had through the health department. Like I said, the grant amounts don't change a lot. It covers a portion of the salaries for some of the grants. It does not cover everything, but it also helps offset some of the programs that we do manage, like the breastfeeding peer council, the community baby shower, the visits that we've got through for the new mothers and children, things like that. So it's a continuation of programs that we've already had for years.
I'll make a motion to move forward with the health department grant.
I'll second it. We have the motion and the second that we go ahead and have, I would sign on behalf of the commission for this grant application for the health department. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Is there anything else to bring before the commission or any questions? Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it. We have the motion and the second to adjourn. Any question? Or comment? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're adjourned.